day.
Back to school day. Back to school day.
You ready? Hello everybody, my name is Braden.
And back to school.
Meryl!
Okay.
Hello everybody, my name is Braden.
And my name is Mel.
And happy back to school day! Woo! Today we're making a special back to school day themed cake in the shape of
A pencil.
and we have a very special guest at the end of the video and a bonus song which you are not going to want to miss. Trust me, it's amazing. And without further ado,
Let's get started.
The ingredients we have today are
2 pound cakes, gravy strips, and chocolate, and food coloring, and frosting.
So, like you said, this recipe does not
by the way.
Cool. So this recipe does not require any baking in the oven at all. All you need to do is know how to push some buttons on the microwave, and we all know how to do that. So we're going to get our pound cakes all nice and pencil shaped, and then we're going to move on to
Our
pencil. We have our pound cakes here, and they are best if they are frozen because they are a lot easier to work with if they're not flaky, which they will be if you get room temperature. So we're gonna take these out. My hands are clean. So like that. We get our second one.
So we don't want to make crumbs everywhere on the counter.
Just like that. So we kind of have our basic pencil shape here. So what we're gonna do is first, we're gonna cut this eraser off right here. So you want about 2 inches of eraser. So about right here. So as you can see right there, Mel.
Yes. Right there is going to be the red. We don't want you to cut your fingers.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna cut our eraser, and then we're going to set it off to the side.
And then
And we're going to work on shaping the rest of our pencil. So we're gonna cut just about where it kind of tapers off and turns into a point. We're gonna cut that off so it's like one nice long pencil. So we're gonna go here.
after
About right like that.
After we're done cutting these, we have to frost it up.
Right. So set those aside, and then we really want to make sure it's straight. So now that we've cut our eraser off, we're gonna shape the pencil. And you really want to make sure you get the proper angles on this because looks are key in this cake. So we're gonna take 2 lines off the sides and just leave the middle so it's like has that basic half pencil shape. So gonna get our knife. We're just gonna kind of mark where we're gonna want this.
And you have to take the brown off.
Right. So I think it looks good about right there. Make sure we don't want to cut too much off because you cannot add. You can't add what you've taken away. So
Yes.
we just want to make sure we get this rough edges off. So I'm gonna start here.
And then we're going to cut all the way to the end until it's nice and
My dad first made this pencil cake when I was going into kindergarten, and that was about going into high school now. So that was about 9 years ago. I sound kind of old, but it's been a family tradition of ours for a while now. And Miliana, you're going into preschool, right?
yeah.
Are you excited to go to preschool?
Yes.
Right. Tell them what you're most excited about.
Going in preschool.
Awesome. All right. So Miliana's going to preschool. I'm going to go into high school. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm really excited to see what we're gonna do. But okay, so we have this one side. Feel like it should be a little more. So like just do it's rather better to do a little bit than keep shaping and to do a lot and then you can't take away.
What's this? Instruction.
So this is one of my dad's tradition, and now the great honor of making this pencil cake has been bestowed onto us. So I really hope I do it right because it's one of the biggest cakes that we do of the year. All right, so that side looks really good, Mel. So now I'm gonna work on this side. And once I finish this side, we're gonna begin frosting the cake.
Yes. Okay. When Braden's scooping that out, I'm going to open the yellow right now.
Okay, so after I finish shaping up your cake, we're going to begin getting our frosting. So I will have the details in the description down below, but we're gonna need half a cup of this frosting for the eraser. So right away, just take half of this and set this aside. The rest is going to be used for the yellow part of our pencil. So, I've almost got all this out now. And then we're going to begin coloring it. So we're going to do 20 drops of yellow food coloring to get the right color for this pencil. So, here.
Can we just get like 10?
Can't just do 10, because if it's only 10, it's not going to be the right color. Okay, Mel.
Okay.
So let's count. 1, 2, 10, 11. Okay, let's try mixing this. We have gel food coloring, which is something to take into consideration because gel is a lot denser than the color. So we're just gonna mix this up and see what it looks like, Mel.
That looks like yellow. I told you.
It's not yellowy enough. So, as you can see, it's kind of pale yellow, but we want to make sure it's a more like
Thick
richer
yellow.
yellow, deep dark yellow.
This time, looks like yellow. That's the yellow that we're looking for. So you want to make a thick yellow.
Ooh, it's a very nice yellow, Mel. Nice job. All right.
That is a thick yellow right there.
So we're going for the standard number 2 pencil yellow. So that's kind of what we got right now.
Can you get the measuring cup?
Yeah, we'll do that one in a second. We'll set this one aside. We'll do this one in a second. This one is a special color rating kind of thing. All right, so we have this. Now we're going to begin doing our crumb coat on our pencil. So a crumb coat is essentially a thin layer of frosting that gets all the crumbs to stick to it, and then you freeze it. So when you put the final layer of frosting on, it's very thin and smooth, and there's no little grainy lumps of cake that you may have gotten in. Eraser here, which is what we cut off in the beginning.
Yes.
What we're gonna do is we're going to get
do the red.
we're gonna do 6 drops red and 3 drops yellow. Okay, that's probably 3. So we have our 3 here.
That's 3 in 1 hole. Wait, you didn't let me mix it.
Okay.
I have to mix it.
You can mix that, and I'll get the yellow. Okay, we get that. All right. I want to make sure this is a perfect pink
Color.
right now. So
mix
get our
that up.
spatula.
And mix that all right up.
Okay, then once this is nice and mixed to that pink color, we're gonna put it in the microwave, probably about 10-second intervals, just to make sure it's like nice and melted. And once it's nice and melted, immediately what we're gonna do, we're gonna pour it on top of this eraser, so it gives it a nice kind of glossy.
I will pour it on top of it.
Kind of glossy kind of look. It looks really neat. So, Mill, this is almost done.
Yes, it's almost done. So
Look at that. It's a perfect pink consistency color.
So I'm Braden Harris of the eraser dipping process rig, and what we're going to do here is we're going to get our eraser, microwave our thing, pour it on top and give it a nice glossy look. So are you ready, Mel?
yeah.
All right, so we're going to put this in the microwave. Right, 30 seconds.
So, we have our eraser here, and this is one of the most important part for hearts because everyone really comments on the eraser because it looks so realistic. So, what we're gonna do, this is very important how we do this. We're gonna microwave it, and then we're gonna have this eraser. And if you pour straight on top, it's gonna go in all different directions, like syrup on pancakes. But you really only need to cover 4 sides.
And that's like.
Right. So, we're gonna wanna kinda have it at a little bit of an angle. You wanna make sure you cover it. So you're gonna go with the edges first, then the top. But the first few seconds is important because this stuff hardens very quickly. So, are you ready to do this?
Yes.
All right, so.
You can see that there's still some red on the side.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. This here frosting on the bottom, like pancake.
Come on, come on, come on. No, no.
Get the sword, get the sword.
Get the sides, come on, sides, please, sides, please, please.
And hold on with longer sides. Wait, hold on the smaller side. That's a huge dripping side.
Yeah, Mill. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's almost perfect. Here, let me get this edges real quick.
I peeled.
Perfect, Mill. You nailed it.
Nailed it.
High five. Oh yeah. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna save these for later, Mill. This is for when the cake is done.
Wow, that's a lot of
Smells good, right?
It smells like apples.
Apple flavor. Green apple flavor. Okay. So now we're gonna transfer this somewhere so it can cool. Now that our rice is in the fridge, we're gonna begin working on our Tiffany pencil, which is super impressive because it can actually draw. So, here, I'm really gonna pour these chocolate chips in. And we're gonna want about half a cup of chocolate chips. A little more. Almost there. All right, perfect. Okay. Now we
have to have enough chocolate chips for it.
Right, so now we'll put this in the microwave until it's melted, probably checking about every 15 seconds or so. So, our chocolate is nice and melted. We want to work fast because it's going to harden up really quickly. We have this cup. We're going to put our Ziploc bag in here.
I'm using up.
Kind of like a piping bag. Okay, Mel.
Be careful.
I will. Ah, it's hot. I didn't.
Chop, chop. It's not hot to me because I just touched it.
Okay. So,
I kind of want to try some.
we can try some once it's all finished. All right. So we have our chocolate in there. And now what we're going to do, and here's the really cool part. We're going to get all up like this, Mel. Wait, ready? Wait, not yet. We're going to get all the air out.
What?
We're going to go like this. And then we're going to like twist it.
Twist it.
To
Like
get,
a real piping bag.
so we're gonna, yeah, like just like that, just like a piping bag. So we're just kind of have some air. We're just trying to get it all the way down to the tip. We're just gonna
Cut that tip off.
just
Shut.
like this.
I know it's hot. Hot. Can I take some?
In the freezer and let it harden slightly because you don't want to let it become rock solid. It will be very hard to cut all the way through, and you might cut your finger like my dad. He almost cut his entire finger off doing this. So be very careful while doing this part. And then we're gonna move on to finishing the rest of the cake. So once we have it, we want to close it off, and then you see there's typically a line on the bottom of the bag. We want to set this down so the bottom, that line is on the bottom, and then it'll kind of flow with the rest of the cake itself. So we're gonna put this in the fridge, probably about 20 minutes or so, and then we're gonna get back to assembling the rest of our cake. So our pencil
Cake is done.
Our pencil cake is now out of the freezer with its crumb coat. We want to work fast because the crumb coat will uncool and then not really do much any good anymore. So let's work fast. Back to school year day. Back to school day is almost like a holiday in our family because we have a song, which is an adaptation of the Happy Birthday song, which you will hear at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so our cake is now nice and frosted. Now we're going to be shaping our tip. Now, an important thing to note is your pencil lead or your chocolate is going to be kind of big. So you want to kind of measure it out a bit. So I've already kind of have a line here just to kind of show where my chocolate's going to be. And then there's going to be about 5 main cuts to get the nice shape. And you also, so we're going to go, there's 1, 2 to give it this shape. And then there's 3, 4, 5. So then there's those 5 main ones. And also every time you cut, you're gonna wanna clean your knife off because if you don't, this yellow frosting is just gonna smear. So what I've done here is you kind of wanna mark a point at the top. So this is probably about 3 inches off the top. You mark it and then you just begin cutting. So you do your 1 angle like this, and your second one off the top, and then 3 and 4 on the sides. So that's pretty much what I've done here, and then we're gonna get ready to assembling the rest. Okay, so now we're gonna be cutting our chocolate tip. Now this is a very, very dangerous part, so if you're a kid doing this, make sure you have adult supervision, or even just have your parent do it, because this is a very dangerous part. So our knife is in hot water, and then we're going to get a paper towel and just kind of dry it off.
so the chocolate can melt.
So, this is the part where my dad almost cut his finger off. It's very dangerous. So what we're gonna do is we're going to start where it kind of gets wrinkly and leave it in the plastic because your fingerprints would get all over it. And then just kind of get it into the chocolate and then you start cutting it. So you're gonna wanna like clamp your fingers kind of like this so you don't cut them. And then just gonna start doing it. Good.
It's melting. It's melting for real. It's melting for real. Don't make your fingers.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got it, Braden.
Yeah. Ooh, that's kind of cool. But we have that. We set that aside. Then we have our tip.
And then we're going to put the tip.
So
Can I look inside the tip? Wow.
we kind of have our tip here. I don't know if you can tell really, but there's that.
Like we could draw.
And then the flat side is what we're gonna have on our pencil part, which. Okay, so our pencil cake is almost done, and I have the tip here. We're gonna get some of this frosting, glue it on. As you can see, it's met up with this, and I think it looks pretty good. What do you think, Mel? Okay, so now it's time for the eraser, and then our pencil will be just about done. So we have our eraser out of the freezer, and now it's time to attach the eraser to the pencil. We're gonna use a little bit of frosting just to kind of glue it on. So I have my eraser here. So we attached our eraser. It looks not too great where it connects, but that's where this nice green candy comes in.
I'm going to do it.
Okay, Mil.
First, can I try it?
I think so. I think we should try what we're gonna put on our cake. So, all right, so we're about to put these green strips on. What we're gonna want to do is measure it to the pencil first. So just kind of roughly, kind of about that. Okay, so we're gonna about cut this much off. Gonna go like this. And then just these, you can find these at probably your local store. We couldn't find them at our local store, so we got them off Amazon. So I'll have a link in the description below where you can get your sour green candy belts. And just start right here. All the way down, like that.
I think I have to split this way.
Yeah. Then we're gonna add two more, just for No, whoa. Hang on. You're gonna want to cut it and measure it first, Mil. Right here, Mil. Keep that on right there. Okay. So you put that on. And there you have it, a pencil cake that looks
like a pencil.
And yeah, it looks pretty cool. So it says Happy Back to School 2020. And what we do in our family is we have a very special back to school song adapted from Happy Birthday. So my dad, special guest, Michael Harris, otherwise you can call him Dad, is going to help us sing the Happy Back to School song. So give it a round of applause for Dad. Yeah.
Good job. It looks good. Good job, Bill.
So, if you could lead us in your world famous Happy Back to School theme song.
Okay, you ready, Mel?
Yes.
Okay. Happy back to school to you. 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 Oh, do your best. Woo! Yeah, back to school. Let's do it.
There we go, that's pretty much a celebration. So, thank you for joining us on today's episode of the Braden Mills Show. Come back next week for another amazing dish. Don't forget to like this video and to
Subscribe.
until next time, my name's Braden.
And my name is Lou.
And happy back to school. Bye.
Bye. And don't stop eating. Okay.
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 Okay. Okay, we're good.
Okay, cat.
Buddy, my name's Braden,
And mine is milk.
and happy back to school day!
Yay!
Today we're gonna be making a pencil cake to celebrate Monday.
No, it's school day.
School day, not Monday.
School day. It's school day.
It's Monday. If I could celebrate Monday, boy, I would like Mondays a lot more. I can tell you that.
Okay. I have to tell you, I have earrings right now. 4. You know me, I know. So, what we have to use is chocolate, healthy chocolate, and healthy chocolates. Let's take it some of it.
You can check your.
What do you need? I have coconut, white chocolate, and I have chocolate, and I have healthy chocolate.